Mayor, which is Alka as well. Ketkar, give her a big hand. We have also among our midst Karen DeMello, the local councillor from somewhere up here, and Asif Zakaria, who also has a house. So can we have Karen DeMello and Asif Zakaria up here? Okay. No, chairs we can get. We have plenty of chairs. Okay. Otherwise, Karen and Asif are there. So what we are going to do is, I am asking first our advocate Rafael D'Souza, because many people are a little concerned about the Maharashtra Cooperative Act. Rafael is going to speak on the Maharashtra Cooperative Act for 5 minutes, and we will go straight into the question answers and then take this forward. Okay? Come. We'll Shama will welcome all of you all in Marathi, and then we'll have Rafael to please come up.
बंधू आणि भगिनींनो, आजच्या या कार्यक्रमाला आपल्याचे सगळ्यांचे मी स्वागत करते. आजचा विषय आहे महाराष्ट्र कोऑपरेटिव्ह सोसायटी ॲक्ट 1960. लोकांच्या मनात या विषयावर फार कन्फ्युजन व गोंधळ झाले आहे, म्हणून 9 कोऑपरेटिव्ह सोसायटीजनी मीटिंग घेतली आणि त्या 9 लोकांचं नाव आहे सॉल्सेट कॅथलिक कोऑपरेटिव्ह हाऊसिंग सोसायटी, सेंट सेबॅस्टियन होम्स कोऑपरेटिव्ह हाऊसिंग सोसायटी, वीरेंद्र सहकारी गृह निर्माण लिमिटेड, नासिक कॅथलिक सेंटोरिया कोऑपरेटिव्ह हाऊसिंग सोसायटी, सेंट पीटर्स कोऑपरेटिव्ह हाऊसिंग सोसायटी, सेंट अँथनीज होम कोऑपरेटिव्ह हाऊसिंग सोसायटी, अखिल कोऑपरेटिव्ह हाऊसिंग सोसायटी, चेतक कोऑपरेटिव्ह हाऊसिंग सोसायटी, डेक्कन कोऑपरेटिव्ह हाऊसिंग सोसायटी यांनी मिळून आजची मीटिंग ठेवली आहे. आपले आमदार ॲडव्होकेट आशिष शेलार आपल्याबरोबर चर्चा करायला ताबडतोब तयार झाले, म्हणून मी त्यांचे फार आभारी आहे. त्यांनी आपल्याबरोबर माननीय कोऑपरेटिव्ह मंत्री श्री सुभाष देशमुखना आपल्याबरोबर घेऊन आले आहे. त्या बाबतीत सुद्धा आम्ही आभारी आहोत. आज आपल्याबरोबर आमदार प्रवीण दारेकर पण आले आहेत, त्यांना पण आपण स्वागत करतो. एच वेस्ट वॉर्डचे डेप्युटी रजिस्ट्रार श्री किशोर मांडे पण येणार आहेत. ते आलेत की नाही मला माहिती नाही. ते येऊ शकणार नाही कारण त्यांची तब्येत बरी नाही आहे, पण त्यांच्या ऑफिसमधून 2 अजून लोक आली आहेत. 2 अजून येणार आहेत ना. आले आहेत पटेल आणि मास्के आले आहेत मला वाटतं. हां, आपल्या मीटिंगचा मुख्य विषय महाराष्ट्र कोऑपरेटिव्ह सोसायटी ॲक्ट आहे, म्हणून सगळ्यांना ज्यांना प्रश्न विचारायचे आहेत त्यांना एक पेपर दिला होता. त्याच्यावर तुम्ही मराठी किंवा इंग्लिशमध्ये प्रश्न विचारू शकता. आपल्याला एकच विनंती आहे की आपला जो आजचा विषय आहे तो विषय आपण आपल्या गव्हर्नमेंटला निरोप म्हणून, सजेशन्स म्हणून देऊया. या कायद्यामध्ये काही बदल आणा, आमची बाजू ऐका, आम्हाला काय पाहिजे ते समजून घ्या. आपण त्यावर आज चर्चा करणार आहोत. माननीय मंत्री, आपले आमदार आपले प्रश्नांचे उत्तर देतील. धन्यवाद. आरिफ खान अँड मस्के ना, वरती स्टेजवर याल का प्लीज. आरिफ खान आणि मस्के.
Well, you need to put your hands together to give Maske, who is in charge of Deem Conveyance, who is the DDR in charge of Deem Conveyance in Bandra East, and I think Arif Khan is the Joint Divisional Registrar, if I'm right? So give these officials as well a big hand. Okay? Like I said, we will take you through the Cooperative Act for 5 minutes, and then we'll go straight into question answers, and then our petition to the members bases all your suggestions. Okay? Can I have Advocate Rafael D'Souza, please?
The organizers of today's event, the societies whose names are on the board, the Honorable Minister, Mr. Sandesh Deshmukh, Subhash Deshmukh, Advocate, we say Brother Advocate, Ashish Shelar, the MLA, the Member of Legislative Council, Mr. Dharekar, the two corporators, Karen and Asif, Divisional Joint Registrar, Mr. Arif Khan, District Deputy Registrar, Mr. Maske, the Deputy Mayor of Bombay, Alka Kelkar, the chairman of two societies who are on the dais, Ivan Mendonça and Brendan De Silva, and my dear friends. In the olden days, non-institutional agencies in the shape of money lenders were the saviors of peasants. The money lenders charged exorbitant rate of interest. With the result, the first cooperative movement was initiated in Baroda in 1989 under the name Ananya Sahakari Mandali. 1889, sorry. In 1904, the first Cooperative Societies Act was introduced in India. The 1904 Act was only of 50 sections. 1912 Act got introduced because of the shortcomings that were found in the 1904 Act, and which had 73 sections. And then we have now the Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act 1960, which has got 167 sections. I also must tell you that in between, in 1925, there was a Cooperative Societies Act which was introduced. So finally, for the state of Maharashtra, we have the Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act. Basically, my dear friends, the Societies Act was introduced for the protection of agriculturists, artisans, and various people who were at the mercy of money lenders, so that those people could join together and be a force to reckon with to assist each other. You will be surprised to know that till 1986, there was no definition of housing societies in the Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act. 1986 amendment came into being, and the housing society got introduced like this. Housing society means a society the object of which is to provide its members with open plots for having dwelling houses or flats, or if open plots, the dwelling houses or flats are already acquired, to provide its members common amenities and services. This is the only societies which is not connected with commerce or issues connected with commerce and money. The housing societies are the societies which are concerned with providing amenities and common services. However, there is no separate legislation to govern the housing societies, and the entire gamut of the administration, management, elections are all governed by the Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act. In 2013, for which we are gathered here, the Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act was amended with effect from 14 February 2013. This amendment came as a result of the 97th Constitutional Amendment, whereby the cooperative sector was brought under the Constitution. By introduction of the 97th Amendment as subsequent amendment to the Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act, today you have a situation, although you are not involved in commercial activities, your elections are governed by the government. You have to contribute for the training. You have to contribute towards the education fund. These are some of the difficulties which we are facing. The cooperative housing societies, if they are large in numbers, fairly well, they could be governed, because the collection that comes in as monthly outgoings or quarterly outgoings is greater. But look at the societies which have got 10 members, 20 members, 15 members. What happens to those when their administration, their elections are to be governed by the government? They have to contribute for conducting the elections. They have to contribute and carry on the training for their officers, their members, at least once in 5 years. So therefore, the need has arisen why the housing factor needs to be perhaps looked a little differently than societies like cooperative banks, societies like credit societies, sugar factories, processing societies, and many others. At this juncture, I would also like to touch upon the entire construction industry. We have the Maharashtra Apartment Ownership Act. We have the Regulation Estate Act, which has been passed recently. We have Housing Manual to govern. We have the bylaws to govern. And on top of it, we have the Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act. I think the government, which is being represented here by the minister and the MLC, who is closely looking into this, there is a need to go into this aspect and bring a solution whereby the small and medium cooperative housing societies are given directions, given assistance, and given the opportunity to govern themselves without the much difficulty that they are facing today. So with this, I close my presentation on the Maharashtra Cooperative Societies Act. Thank you, Cornell, for the opportunity.